This is the first program, and I'm doing this as part two. So it's going to be chapter one, part two video with this thing. We're showing you how to calculate this with it as well. Now, in chapter two, I'm going to talk to you about more of the data types with this thing. All right. For now, you have to look at the different data types that we'll have. There are key things I want you to make a note of. In every programming language, first of all, one, it needs to have some sort of reserved words. Reserved words are words that you cannot go in and use as constants, variables, and functions with it. So you notice in my IntelliSense in this thing that in the compiler, the blue words and color and all this stuff that you have, and they're reserved words. You can't call it as a variable with this thing. Every programming language, the second point I want to make is it has to have a beginning and ending. Here's your entrance. This is your front door. This is the main function with this thing. And there is a beginning and there is an ending. Every statement has to have a semicolon. So it needs to end with this thing. And thirdly, every programming language has to be case sensitive. C++ is case sensitive. An uppercase and a lowercase will give you two different things. Bear with me with this thing. Do this with me. Double is the data type. The moment you do it, give it a data type of a double with it. So a variable could be anything that it's things in a memory that you would actually put in. So I'm going to give that as a double length, double, or width, or base, however you want to call this thing. I'm going to call this double as the next one is the width. I need something to store that into an area for this thing. So if you look at the area for this thing, if you look at all the variables in this thing, you got your W, you got your H, or your length, or your width, in this thing, and your A is for your area, your P is for perimeter, your 2 times the W plus the H. These are all variables to how to calculate the perimeter for this thing. So let's look at how you want to do this thing. Double area and double perimeter. Okay, so 4 things that I just declare that goes in underneath I declare all the data types here with the variables. Okay. Now I need to prompt. How did you get the statement onto the screen for the hello world? You did a cout. Remember that? Why did you get to use a cout? Well, guess what? Input output stream allows you to do a cout with that library file. So what you're going to do is you're going to do enter length and width separated by a space, giving them specific instruction that they would actually type in. Remember now, this is a cout statement, extractor, and then you're going to actually put a semicolon after that so that cursor is blinking after that space when it's prompted. Read it in, you're going to do a cin statement to store it into an insertion. Remember, these are 2 different symbols. One of them is an extractor, the other one is insertion. This one, you're going to actually come in, you're going to store that first number in as what? Length. You notice I'm not going to do any semicolon in this thing, and I'm going to store it as a variable. This width is this width. Well, you notice at the moment I did that, I type in this, my IntelliSense tells me I already declare it here is this one. This length is this length, and this width is this width. And I'm going to store that and end that with a semicolon with this. Now it's stored in memory. The moment I hit enter, I need to give it an empty line. So what do? Cout and line moves my cursor down to another space down the next line with this thing. So that's how I store it into the memory. All right. So technically, this line right here that I just commented out, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this and paste that there. So that's where I would actually store that into memory. Prompt the user, put in the length and the width separated by a space. Read in, store it into a memory that I have. Move my cursor down to the next line with this thing. Now, I need to do something with that memory with it as well. Let's look at this thing. I share with you the formula that you would actually use for this. We will use this formula. These 2 formula is here. I can't use this formula because guess what? That equal sign, like I said, I can't assign A to H. That's how it is. We want the formula to be on the right-hand side to equal to the left hand, store it into the variable A. The right hand side formula to store it into P is the perimeter with the same. So that's how I need to actually do this thing, is to use the my variable called area. Now, let me do this from the right hand side so it makes sense in this thing. Area times what? Length times is an asterisk shift 8 with semicolon, and all that needs to equal to area. Okay? And the moment I do that, that's 1. The second one I'm going to do equal to is the perimeter 2 times what inside my is my length plus my width. All of that should equal to my perimeter. Okay? So both of these are the formulas that I have. Well, guess what? I need to put a semicolon on both of these things right now. The other piece about this thing is that if you look at output or display to this thing, what am I output? I need to output the area. I need to output my perimeter. More important, I need to output what I read in before I did all this stuff. Okay? So let me check my time here. I'm good. So let's do that. Let's do that. I want you to come down in this thing. Again, outputting it to the screen, what command do you have to use? A cout, right, to display it. So you're going to give cout extractor with a length, telling the user what the length is in a string, in a quote. Things that you don't put in a quote, it becomes what's called a memory extractor. I'm going to give it the length is the variable. What is this variable? The length is this length right here. Is this length right here. Right? And I'm going to give it the next string, comma, width, okay, space, equal. What's my next variable? That's my width in this thing. And I want to tell them what my perimeter would be, comma, perimeter, space, close out my quote, perimeter, area, and then I'll put my area here. And I move my cursor down to the next line is NL. Okay? And that's it. Okay, so looking through my entire program in this thing, I don't see any squiggly line. Notice that the main has .cpp in the upper file here has an asterisk, means that this file has been updated, needs to be saved. Control S saves it. Control F5, hold it down. Prompts the user with this thing. So if you can see what I have right here, let me just change this here so we can actually have a little bigger. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to give it a space. Let's say I do 5 space 6 length and width. Hit enter. So it output length is 5, my width is 6, my perimeter, adding it all up, 5 5 is 10, 6 6 is 12. Should add up to 22 is my perimeter. My area, 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, so that is a simple way how to do this. All right, so please practice this on your own with it. Again, with it.